Hail and hello, O master of all things Grog-like.
What can I do for you, Mr. Marley?
Threepwood.
Ah, right, sorry about that, Mr. Threepwood.
This place is quieter than a crypt full of mines.
Isn't it a crying shame? It's been that way since that Australian blew into town.
Australian?
Aye, a scurrilous Australian land developer who's been using strong-arm tactics to buy up all the land on Mealy Island. Half of our regular clientele have been driven off island by the no-good scoundrel.
Wow. Do you know anything more about this Australian developer?
Not really. I'd surely love to give him a piece of my mind, though.
How'd you like to join a crew of courageous pirates on a dangerous quest?
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Great.
But I should really check with my boss first. Hey, boss!
What?
Can I have a few days off to join Mr. Threepwood here on a swashbuckling adventure?
Are you out of your grog-addled mind? No.
I guess I can't go. Damn.
You got any snacks?
I've got some pretzels.
Well, that seems harmless enough.
Yep. The SCUMM Bar's famous kudu jerky pretzels.
Ooh. Got anything else?
Not really.
Okay, let's have some.
Sorry, can't give you any.
What? Why did you...
That drunk at the table over there, he has the last basket.
Can't you give them to me without a basket?
Sorry, it's SCUMM Bar policy.
Are you sure I can't have just a few pretzels?
You really don't want to carry these babies around in your bare hand.
You're probably right.
That's the spirit. See if the inebriated fellow over there will see fit to give you some.
Grog me, barkeep.
Why, I'll be glad to. After you show me some ID.
ID? I don't got to show you no stinking ID.
You do if you want any grog.
No, really, grog me.
No, really. ID.
What, don't I look like I'm 14?
Actually, you look like you're about 15. But we're carding anyone who looks under 23 just to be safe.
I've got troubles.
Like what?
The government is trying to blow up my house.
Well, that's a crying shame, Mr. Threepwood.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna blow up my house, it should be me. I haven't got a crew to take me to Lucre Island.
You know, there's probably a pirate or two hanging around that could be coaxed into joining your crew.
I need a ship to take me to Lucre Island.
You might want to try the Mealy Island Municipal Shipyards.
Does Stan still work there?
Oh, no. The whole place is run by the harbor mistress these days.
Harbor mistress?
Aye, he's very by the book. Although, she does have her tender side.
If her tender side is anything like the painting behind you, I don't want to see it. On second thought, I hate listening to myself whine.
You and me both, brother.
I've got to go.
Right, well, Grog will do that.
Kudu jerky pretzels.
Hey,
I guess he doesn't want anyone... Hi there, fellow swashbuckler. What's the word on the street? Got any more juicy nuggets of info? How would you like to join my crew on a dangerous piratey mission? We'll be pillaging a small coastal village. Are you sure you don't want to join my crew? We'll be heading to Lucre Island to meet with my wife's lawyers. You're right. That does sound sort of silly when I say it out loud. What's that you're drinking? Say, mind if I have some of your pretzels? You look like a busy man. I'll let you get back to your self-destructive binge drinking. Hi there, scruffy-looking pirate person. I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. What's your name?
Cheese. Ignatius Cheese.
How would you like to join my crew of mighty pirates, Mr. Cheese?
And what, pray tell, might I be finding myself doing if I joined this crew of mighty pirates?
You'd be helping a band of bloodthirsty brigands sack a small fishing village.
That doesn't sound too manly. Any girly pirate can loot a defenseless fishing community.
Are you sure you don't want to join my crew of mighty pirates?
Well, I don't know. What kind of pirating would I be doing?
You'd be looking for sunken treasure with a group of cutthroat killing machines.
Sunken treasure hunts are for thieves and scallywags, Junior. Real pirates keep their treasure.
Are you sure you don't want to join my crew of mighty pirates?
Well, I don't know. What kind of pirating would I be doing?
You'd be traveling to Lucre Island with a crew of cretinous buccaneers to meet with my wife's lawyers.
Now, that sounds like a worthy mission for a mighty pirate navigator like yourself.
Really?
Aye, the seas around Lucre Island are very treacherous and can only be navigated by a skilled sailor. I'd love to face that challenge, but
But what?
I can't.
Why not? Is your keister glued to that chair?
Well, yes, now that you mention it, it is. But that's not why I can't go, Mr. Wizened Pirate.
Well, then why?
Because if I leave my bar for too long, it'll be stolen out from under me.
You're the owner of the SCUMM Bar?
I, the one and only.
That's funny. I always thought the SCUMM Bar was owned by a guy named Ron.
He was the original owner. I won the bar from him in an epic 12-hour-long game of insult go fish.
That sounds like a humongous fish.
Believe what you like. In any event, I've been fighting off a hostile takeover bid from an Australian land developer.
Come again?
You heard me. A greedy Australian is making a grab for my bar.
With guns and swords and cannons?
Worse, with insults, jibes, and mockeries. It's taken all of my insult arm wrestling skill to keep him at bay.
Gosh, if it weren't for the whole wife being declared dead thing, I'd say that was the strangest thing I'd heard all week. Is there something I could do to convince you to navigate my ship to Lucre Island?
I'm open to persuasion. What do you have in mind?
I was kind of hoping that you'd cave in due to my incessant nagging.
Kid, I've been married for 30 years.
So?
So there's one thing I'm immune to. It's incessant, high-pitched nagging.
Insult arm wrestling?
Aye. While you were away, the insult sword-fighting paradigm became attached to a host of other pirate pastimes.
Paradigm?
Well, nowadays you can't throw a dart or play a game of checkers without being expected to toss in a withering bon mot.
I think I tossed a bon mot in a food fight once.
My particular speciality is insult arm wrestling, which I use to defend my bar from hostile takeovers.
Wait a minute. Your name is I Cheese?
Aye.
Cheese?
Aye.
I'm sorry, but I just can't get over the absurdity of your name.
Well, if you say so, Mr. Threepwood.
I'll have you know that the Threepwood name has a long and noble history.
So does mine.
I'd like to hear about the long and noble history of the Cheese family.
Aye, it'd be my pleasure. Naturally, no discussion of my family would be complete without mentioning my great-great-grandfather, who single-handedly revolutionized the art of roadside carriage wheel repair.
Who is that?
Are you daft? Have you never heard of Jack Cheese?
I don't ride many carriages in my line of work. Sorry. Tell me more about the family Cheese.
Well, there's my great-uncle.
What's he famous for?
He's a renowned holy man who remains steadfastly neutral in any conflict.
Let me guess. Swiss cheese?
So you've heard of it.
Tell me more about the family Cheese.
My brother is starting to make a name for himself.
Really? What does he do?
He sings depressing autobiographical songs.
Give me a second. Blue cheese.
You really know your cheeses.
Tell me more about the family Cheese.
My great-great-great-aunt was legendarily ugly.
How ugly was she?
Well, she was so ugly that men turned to stone at the sight of her.
Wait a minute. Nope, I'm drawing a blank.
I can't say as I blame you. Not too many folks remember Gorgonzola cheese.
I think I've heard enough about your family.